The Weber State men's basketball team is off to an 8-1 start this season, leading the Big Sky Conference. The conference named Weber State sophomore Damian Lillard co-player of the week last week for his impressive performance on 2 back-to-back home wins. Lillard averaged 25.5 points per game, including scoring a career-high 36 points against Eastern Washington.
I feel like we're playing good team basketball. I think it comes from practice. In practice we always help each other out. Everybody got each other back. And we hang out with each other a lot of times off the court, so I think that got a lot to do with it, us being around each other a lot.
The team hopes to add 2 more road wins to their record as they play Montana and Montana State this weekend. Weber State track and field has hit the halfway point of the season. The Wildcats ran the past weekend in Boise at the Bronco Invitational. With a total of 34 seasonal bests and 11 more conference qualifying marks, most would consider this meet a success. For coaches at Weber State, it just isn't enough. Kyle Cocaine tracks the team for the story.
Not happy at all. I expected that we would be probably in the upper echelon of the conference, and we're right smack in the thick of the middle, which is an ugly place to be.
Tough words from head coach Dan Walker, but after being picked in the preseason polls as a top 2 team, his words are understandable. Weber State track and field does have some work to do. 13 conference qualifying marks, just won't win a conference championship. Teams are allowed to compete 22 athletes at the conference meet. Weber State may be lacking in the conference qualifiers at the halfway point, but after this past weekend, the team is still feeling confident.
Our team is stronger than I've seen before. So
I'm definitely excited about where we're at right now. We did good as a team, though. I feel good about that.
Weber State sprinters showed up to compete at Boise, though. On the women's side, Allie Dean and Camille Lott took first and second in the 400 meters. The women also won their 4x400 meter relay by 6 seconds. On the men's side, Joan Van Dismoyne won the 60-meter hurdles, and Taylor Peebley won the 200-meter, posting a personal best mark of 21.78, which puts him at the top of the conference. Then the men finished off the meet with a win in the 4x400 meter relay with over a 10-second lead. Just look at this gap at the end.
Second spot for BSU. And Derek Zeppin.
The team heads to Pocatello for the Mountain State games this weekend, and Coach Dan Walker leaves the team with advice to finish out the season strong.
And we've got to start beating people. I think if we start developing that competitive nature and competitive edge, we will get better, but we've got to get into it to beat some people.
Kyle Cocaine, Weber State Sports.
The Wildcats only have 3 more meets until the conference championships. If the Wildcats want any shot at a conference title, they need to double their qualifying marks this weekend. One of the standout runners at the Bronco Invitational was Taylor Peebley. Taylor showed up to the meet not only to run, but to win. Taylor took second in the 400 with a 48.28, which was a season best. Taylor also won the 200 with a lifetime best 21.78. Then, to top off the meet, Taylor anchored the 4x400 meter relay team, which won by over 10 seconds. But 3 hours after the team arrived home, Taylor was rushed to McKay Hospital. He was initially diagnosed with acute kidney failure. The doctors suspected he was also suffering from rhabdomyolysis, a condition where toxins in the body attack the kidneys, but it was not confirmed. Peebley was released Tuesday from the hospital, but will not be returning to the track this week. His teammates look forward to having him back.
We're all excited for him to get back. It's lonely at practice without him. So
because he's a leader of the team, and everyone can vouch for that.
Definitely, we miss him.
Taylor will be back in the hospital for a follow-up blood work Friday. If all goes well, he will be reunited with the team Monday. You can catch Taylor back on the track at the Cats home meet on the 19th. Weber State women's soccer team may not be in season, but they are still working hard. Or are they? Alyssa Toomey has the story.
The soccer team has been practicing since spring semester started, but whoever said the off-season is all work and no play hasn't been around this team.
Other than the actual games we play, we love this time of the spring season. It's like Halloween in February.
The Wildcats are currently playing an inter-squad 3v3 tournament. Assistant coach Megan Tennell tells us more.
We as coaches started this tournament last spring
in order to get the girls prepared for the upcoming spring season. It's a fun way to get everybody playing, to get everybody competitive, and it's also some conditioning kind of mixed in.
Each team chooses their own name and gets a little creative with their costumes.
We decided to be avatars for the tournament, and we might win. Avatars rule. Yeah.
We decided on the 3 blind mice because we just thought that was a great idea.
While some teams tried to recreate their favorite movie or nursery rhyme, others took a whole different route for their team costumes.
As you can tell with our uniforms, she is the pod missing 2 P's, and we are her 2 P's. So we make a team.
After much debate about who had the best costume, I think it's safe to say the Unicorns took home the trophy. At the Women's Soccer 3v3 tournament, I'm Alyssa Toomey with Weber State Sports.
That does seem like a lot of fun, but the Lady Cats are still preparing for their spring season. The season opens with a tournament down at BYU on February 27th. Whenever the Wildcat hockey team skates onto the ice with the Utah State Aggies, you know things will heat up. So, we thought we'd get the fight out of the way before we get to the highlights. On the ice, the Wildcats and the Aggies are fierce rivals. In the American Collegiate Hockey Association rankings, Weber is 9th in the West region. The Aggies are ranked 4th. So, let's get to some hockey action. USU, they're the guys in white, scored 3 goals in the first 8 minutes of the match played in Logan. That lit a fire under the Cats, who came back with 2 goals of their own in the first period. The Cats had the momentum going into the second period, but it wasn't enough. The Aggies dominated the ice and scored goal after goal after goal. 8 goals total to beat the Wildcats. The Cats lost a close one Saturday against Northern Colorado. They've had a chance to lick their wounds and plan on scoring a couple of W's Friday and Saturday, the 5th and 6th, against Arizona. Then they pack up their sticks for 2 matches against Eastern Washington on the road, and will wrap up the season at home against Denver Saturday the 20th. So that's kind of the stuff that's going on in sports. Another thing that is going on is the football team just signed their new recruits on Wednesday, and we will have a story for that up on the web later on our YouTube page and our Facebook. So.
All right.
Can we expect any local athletes?
Yeah, actually, I mean, we always kind of get kids from Hawaii because when Mac was at the U, he got a good base out there, so he can go get players and stuff from other places. But we actually do have some local kids this time. We have a couple kids from Park City, and running back Tanner Hines from actually the nearby Davis High School is coming here, so that should be cool.
That's good.
All right, looking forward to reading about it.